just wanted to hop on real quick, reach out to you guys, let you guys know the mood in Arizona. It's kind of numbing. I don't know. I don't even know where to start with this. Just to see on the news last night, first of all, they called Arizona so fast, right? So fast that everybody's rolled it back. So they pulled Arizona back. To see that Arizona lost big last night, it's I don't even know where we live anymore. I don't even want to live here in this state among these idiots. We knew for years that Californians were flocking into Arizona, right? We saw it on the highways. I'm driving down one of our major highways right now, and I see California plate, California plate, California plate, right? We've known this for years. We knew that teams were coming into Arizona to register Democrat voters, and we did nothing. We sat back and we waited and we put up McSally. That's our fighting chance. That was our best shot at saving Arizona, was McSally. Are you kidding me right now, Arizona? And I'm sorry, I don't know. I have a hard time buying this because, one, there are more registered Republicans in the state of Arizona than there are Democrats. So you mean to tell me that all of these registered Republicans voted for a man who doesn't even know what state he's in half the time, doesn't even know what office he's in? You mean to tell me that was our pick? I don't know. And why is it that you go to bed last night winning in certain states, certain races, and you wake up in the morning and you're down? Why do Democrats always win under the cover of darkness, right? Same thing happened in the 2018 election with Sinema. You know, we counted ballots for weeks afterwards, weeks, before ultimately losing. So, and Pennsylvania. What the hell is going on with Pennsylvania? They get an extra week to count their votes? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I have a very sick feeling in my stomach. I'll tell you what, though. Yesterday, we voted. We voted in Arizona in person, and we were given Sharpies to vote with. And the Sharpie bled through the ballot. So Mike went up and asked one of the poll workers, like, hey, this ballot is, my Sharpie is bleeding through the ballot. And they said, oh, it'll be fine, everything will be okay. It's not bleeding through to where it's hitting the bubble on the opposite side of the page, so you'll be fine. I don't think that there should be any bleed through. I don't think that you should be encouraging people to use a writing utensil that you know is going to mark up the ballot in an incorrect way, in any way. So my buddy Marco got some great footage last night talking to folks at the polls, and Gal said the same thing, that she was given a Sharpie and it was bleeding through and she questioned it. So there's a lot at stake here. There's a lot of, questions unanswered. We did pick up 5 seats in the House. Senate is still evenly tied from the last I checked this morning. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of things that need to be questioned here, like Adrian Fontes, county recorder. There was a measure taken. Actually, there was it went all the way to the Arizona Supreme Court to allow, stay with me here, illegal aliens to register to vote in the federal election without showing proof of citizenship. They can't register in a statewide election, only the federal election. Why is that? And then you mean to tell me that, think just talking emotion this morning. We have no provable facts at this point. You know, all we have is speculation and a track record. The track record that the Democrats cheat. They lie, cheat, and steal at every turn. They're not trustworthy. Look at Russia. Look at impeachment. Stormy Daniels. Ukraine. Hunter Biden. All of it. All of it. They're lying snakes that will do anything to gain power, to keep power, to take power away from President Trump, from the American people. I'm sorry, but when you've been in office for 47 years, 50 years, you no longer serve the people that put you there. You serve your own interests. I don't know, guys. I don't know where we're headed. I really don't. When did Pennsylvania change their state law that they get an extra week to fuck with ballots? Excuse my language. When? This year? Right before this election? Is that when things changed for them? These slimy ass Democrats, they know exactly what to do to cheat. They know. And I'm sorry, but when winners are declared under the cover of night, something ain't right. I'm pissed. I'm more like numb, and to see Mark Kelly's fat face on my TV this morning, basking in his glory. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The country's been going to hell. The country's been going to hell for the last 5-10 years. And again, we've sat back and done nothing. And just looking at the support we've seen for President Trump in Arizona alone, okay? In Arizona alone. Bumper stickers, flags flying on the cars. There's a Trump sticker right in front of me right now. I'd say 10 to 1. 10 to 1 you see support for Trump over Biden. That Trump flag caravan car parade down the highways that have been taking place this past month, the boat parades, all of the parades around town have been in support of President Trump. Look at the rallies. Okay, tens of thousands of people in Goodyear, in Prescott, in Tucson, coming out to support your president. But Biden took Arizona? I have a hard time believing that. If I saw, car after car after car flying Biden flags, Biden stickers, and yard signs, I could say, okay, maybe I see it, but I don't see it. I don't see the support. Sunday, there was the car parade where we drove around, right? There was 100 deep of Trump supporters. Okay? It went on for as far and as long as the eye could see. Low riding for Joe Biden, there was like 20 people there. Where the hell where are all these votes? I want to see that my ballot was counted for the candidates that I selected. I want to see that. I want to see that proof. And this early voting, vote by mail shit, your ballot's out of your control. I want to see my vote go right into that feeder and be accepted. I'm not going to trust my ballot to the mailman, to the neighbors that have access to my mailbox, to the postal workers, to the elections people, because let me tell you something. I met those elections people last year, or 2018. 2018, when we had the shit show in Arizona, when it took 3 damn weeks to count votes, I went down and volunteered. And let me tell you, if you did an early ballot, you had to sign the envelope and send it in. Well, if your signature didn't match 100% to your driver's license signature, then your ballot was rejected. And so what we had to do as volunteers, the sun is god-awful. What we had to do as volunteers was go door to door and knock on people's doors and say, your ballot wasn't counted. We need you to come and re-sign this so that your ballot can be accepted. We didn't have enough time to do that, okay? Imagine, a handful of volunteers, 20 people, 30 people maybe tops, going, knocking on Republicans' doors to let them know that their ballot was rejected. Okay? If you vote by mail, you have to track the damn ballot. You have to make sure that your ballot was accepted. That's number one. Number two was while they were doing the curing process, right? So there were rejected ballots, there were damaged ballots, there were ballots that somebody spilled their coffee on or whatever, right? The ballots were damaged. And so in 2018, when I volunteered, they matched me with a Democrat and we sat together and we had to take the original damaged ballot and we had to recreate the voter's intended vote onto a new ballot. Okay? And so while we were doing this, the ballots we were working on were ripped. And they were ripped and scanned back together. And so they were scanned in a way that moved the voter's intended mark. So in 2018, we had a little arrow. So you had to connect the arrow of who you wanted to vote for. So when the ballot was ripped and scanned back together, the arrow was moved down and lined up with the Democrat candidate. And so as the volunteers, we had to recreate those intended votes onto a new ballot. If you didn't look extra super hard and say, wait a minute, that's not supposed to line up there. That was supposed to line up one line above it with the Republican. Okay, these people helping were like 110 years old. There's no way that all of those got done correctly. So, you know me, I started asking questions. Where do these ballots come from? This was 2018. And they told me they were found in a library book return depository. Not an official ballot box, right? The library book return. So somebody crammed them in there where their books are supposed to go. And they fished them out and accepted them. Those are not acceptable ballots, okay? Not acceptable ballots. But they were accepted anyway. So when I asked questions about it, and I asked too many questions, and I was able to see Adrian Fontes in the lobby and ask him questions, they had security remove me, okay? They had security remove me from the elections office. So these are the people that we've entrusted with our votes. They're a bunch of leftists, Marxist commies. There was the one gal in particular, and she's now advanced up to the Secretary of State's office. So, who's also a commie. So I don't know where we go today, guys. We watch. I mean, last night we had a lead in Georgia. President Trump had a lead in Georgia. And then they had a glitch. And now I think he was down this morning when I looked. Pennsylvania, he still had a pretty solid lead in Pennsylvania, so we watched that. Why the fuck do they need a week to count ballots when every other state has managed to do just fine in getting their results in? So I'm stressed, guys. I'm stressed. My anxiety's through the roof. We pray. That's all we can do. It's in God's hands now. That's all I have. I love you guys. We fight. We live to fight another day. That's all we can do at this point. I love you guys. Brandon, go play in traffic. What? You people don't like me. You don't like my message. You don't like what I have to say. You don't like what we stand for. Why do you waste your lives on my page? It makes no sense. Go do something productive with your life. Okay, go watch your little commie propaganda. Okay? You want to pay more taxes? Get a head start. Go write a check to the government right now, Brandon. Okay? Why are you still here? Okay, don't you work? Don't you have something you could be doing? You want to come and troll me? It makes you feel better? Ooh. Anyway, I love you guys. You gotta check your votes. See, nobody even knows how to check your votes. You gotta go Google it. How do I check my ballot for your state? Arizona, I think it's through the Secretary of State's office, or there's like special voter, whatever. Google it, guys. Do the fucking work. Excuse my language. You gotta check them. You gotta check them. All right, guys. Have a good day. Let's try to stay positive today. Let's try to keep the good energy going for our president. And you know, I hope he fights it all the way. If shit goes south for us today, I hope that we demand a recount. I hope that we take this all the way to the Supreme Court. And we don't just give up without a fight. Have a good day, guys.